Now I have part 3. No, that's part 4. What am I doing? Part 3. Here's part 3. Yay, kid. Kid is awesome! He's awesome! And of course, Liz and Patty on the back with him. Oh, kid is awesome! Okay. Here's his desk. And they're at the pyramid place, which is at the very beginning of the series when they go there. Desk and the inside. See? Whoop! Try not to drop it, that wasn't good. Here's another group picture on the other one. Then Liz and Patty, of course. Patty's so funny. I love Patty. And Liz is always the one who tries to keep her cool, but it's hard when she's around spooky things. She has a habit of being scared really easily around like ghosts and apparitions and things like that. So she even gets scared sometimes, but she tries and keep her cool most of the time to help the others. But it doesn't always work. Or she at least tries to suggest something that will get them out of danger and stuff. But yeah. Why would kid run away from danger just because she says yeah? So it doesn't always work when she suggests that. Oh, here's part 4 with all of them on the front. And the 3 Meisters right here. Of course we have to have Spirit and Stein. Spirit is Maka's dad, and he's kind of he's just so funny, and Vic does a great job. I love how in a convention Vic said that he kind of reminds him of an older Tamaki, like Tamaki from Oran, because he's crazy and spastic, but sometimes he's serious still. And there's Professor Stein, and then all of them are looking over there behind the wall. This is Stein's disc. I feel bad for him towards the end of the series. I won't spoil anything, but pretty much he can't control something that's happening to him, and I feel bad for the guy. He's pretty cool. There's Medusa. Krona. She should have had her own disc. I wanted a bigger picture of Krona. Or she, he. He, she. She, he. You don't know if it's really a boy or girl, but I would support either one. Whatever you found out about Krona. He, she. I don't know. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, or he's a boy or girl. We might never know, because I heard that in Japan they referred to Krona as a girl in the manga, and then in the series they changed it to a boy. So I guess fans can decide for themselves, which I don't mind, because depending on what I'm thinking about, like maybe certain scenes or something, to me it'll be more like she's a girl, and sometimes a lot more like he's a guy, and I really don't know, and I really don't care which one Krona would end up being, but a slight part of me would like Krona to be a girl, just because Krona seems really girly, and they have a skirt and stuff, and it just feel more comfortable for me if Krona was a girl, but I still wouldn't mind if Krona's a guy. You know, I don't like all the arguments that people have over this issue. I think the fans can decide for themselves, and they shouldn't argue with other fans what Krona should be in their eyes compared to other people, and it just like I've said in some other things before to my fellow anime friends, we always talk about this, how people shouldn't argue over things, and you should just celebrate their differences so everyone can enjoy anime without the arguments over stuff. Sorry, that was a rant there, but let's go to Spirit's disc. Here he is. And then the group shot and all their formal wear, it looks like. And more pictures and the disc. Anyways, that is my collection of Soul Eater DVDs. No, I don't have a Blu-ray player, so I can't get Blu-ray, but for now I'm just sticking with DVDs and all that fun stuff. Anyways, on to what the show's actually about. I'm going to try and get pictures over here in the corner. Right here. whenever I talk about something. Hopefully I can find some, but I'm going to scoot this way. So when I actually do edit this and make it available to post for you guys, I can put pictures of stuff to show you when I'm talking about characters or the plot. And yes, this is going to be 2 parts because I really want to talk about it. So, first of all, you pretty much have this school in Death City, and the school is led by Lord Death himself, and he's pretty cool. I love how he's silly most of the time, but yet he can be serious in certain parts, and that kind of throws you for a loop. But I really like him. He's funny. He's cool. And he's created this school to pretty much train these kids up, or maybe they're teenagers. I'm not really sure. In my eyes, I see all of the students, especially the main characters, they mostly look like they're in their early teens. Maybe they're older. I don't know. But he's taken these kids and he's pretty much training them so they can fight off evil. And they're collecting these Kishin eggs. And the reason they're collecting those is so no one who has a Kishin egg can become a Kishin, which is like the most evil thing that can be created. And I won't give too much away for spoilers, but there pretty much was a Kishin back in the day before all this happened, and it was pretty much a really bad thing when it happened. So to prevent that from happening again, Lord Death made the school, and then when the students and the Meisters and the weapons, they all collect the Kishin eggs, and once they collect a certain amount, I think it was 99 of them, and then also a witch's soul, then they could be a Death Scythe, which is like the most powerful weapon you can get, and you can be Lord Death's personal weapon. So all of these students are going on all these missions to get rid of the evil Kishin eggs and also collect them so they can be as powerful as possible and help Lord Death in his endeavors, whatever he needs to do. And they all try and do their best, but some of these characters, even though they try, don't do so hot. The only reason I'll go into depth with this part that I'm talking about is because it only happens in the first couple episodes, so it's okay if I spoil this. It's only the first couple episodes. It's not really plot twist, revealing spoilers, so I'm just gonna bring up the first 3 episode descriptions. That'll help with the plot. The first episode is pretty much about Maka and Soul, the 2 main characters of the show. Maka's the Meister, and Soul is her weapon, and they have collected successfully all 99 Kishin egg souls, and now all they have to do is get a witch soul. Well, they find a witch, and it's a little harder to beat her than possible because Soul's a guy, of course, and his hormones are going crazy, and Maka's yelling at him all the time about it. And even with that, they end up defeating this witch named Blair, only to find out that she wasn't a witch at all. So all the work they had done collecting all those 99 souls has gone to waste, and they have to start all over again. So I think that's kind of funny, but I could imagine they'd be pretty upset about it. Because they did all that work collecting 99 souls, and then instead of a witch's soul, they get a cat. A cat. Yeah. Who ends up coming back after dying. And she kind of stays at their house and sometimes annoys the crap out of Maka. But Soul doesn't care as much, but sometimes he does, and when he's trying to get stuff done. But anyways, Blair, for me, she's okay, but I don't like that she's always flaunting off everything, if that makes sense. She still has her cool moments, but she's not one of my favorite characters. I personally think she was a character put in for all the fanboys. I really think that. But I still like her. She's cool. That's pretty much the first episode about them. And then the second episode focuses on Black Star and Tsubaki. Here's their music, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is one of Black Star's songs. Because he is, like I told you, so into himself and thinking he's the best, it gets in the way of when he's fighting, and he likes to announce it and shout and be really loud, and so it gives away his cover all the time. So it's hard for him to get the assignments done that he and Tsubaki are given because he's always doing that. And Tsubaki's trying to help him out as best she can, but doesn't always work. So, towards the end of the second episode, they come upon this samurai named Mifune, who I think is awesome. I love him to bits. He's awesome. And I love his voice actor, too. His voice actor, I believe, is one of the main characters in Kaze no Stigma, which is another good show. And back on track, Mifune is guarding a witch. And to beat this witch, Tsubaki and Black Star are trying to beat Mifune so they can get to the witch. But once they beat Mifune, they find out the witch is just a tiny little girl. And so this is a moment when I think Black Star's still pretty cool. He's like, oh, I can't kill a kid. I can't beat up a little kid. Let's go find another witch and do our mission somewhere else. And I thought that was great. He has a heart. He really does. Black Star's still cool. Even though every now and then he can be really annoying. He's still awesome sometimes. That's why I'm like this with him, because sometimes he's really cool, and sometimes he's really, yeah. I'm not gonna say anymore. You'd have to watch for yourself to understand.